Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm Philip Duncan with an outlook for the weekend and also next week. And believe me, there is a lot going on weather-wise at the moment. So let's kick off with the animated wind map for Friday afternoon. Now look, the main wind coming out of Australia, this is a nor'wester coming out of their interior. It just pushed Sydney up to its highest ever temperature for the first week of July and just 2 degrees shy of its all-time 159-year July record. So some warm air coming our way. That's going to push up the temperatures around many parts this weekend. There should be a warmer than average day or two for most regions, by a few degrees to up to several degrees warmer than usual for this time of the year. But it's short-lived. We've got a cold snap coming by Monday. So let's take a look and see what's going on over the weekend rain-wise, and there is a lot coming down to Fiordland. I'm not sure if you can see it because it might be cutting off the screen, but we're talking about 200 millimetres of rain falling around this part of the South Island that goes into Westland or South Westland, and some very big totals going further north as well. You're still talking 120, 150 millimetres in that pale blue area, and then up around Taranaki you're talking around 25, 30 millimetres. The real rain there kicks in perhaps a little bit later after this map was designed for, which really covers a lot of Friday and Saturday. But as we get into around about Sunday, the heavy rain on the west coast, it moves into the North Island. So let me show you. This is Saturday. You can see that band of rain. It's moving up the west coast. The dark blue line indicates it turns to snow in the mountains further south later on. Heavy rain for the northern side of the west coast into Saturday afternoon. And the strong winds, well, they surge up around Kaikoura, Cook Strait, Wellington area. We might be seeing gales in exposed areas. Further north, just a few showers coming in and still mostly dry for northern and eastern areas, and mild as well as a result of the subtropical airflow on Saturday. By Sunday, it is still subtropical around the north, still got a few showers, it gets cloudier and it gets windier as well. That pushes the temperatures up in eastern areas, still very windy through Cook Strait and central New Zealand where gales are quite likely, and that rain on the west coast still heavy at times. That's the reason why we're seeing those big rainfall totals across Friday, Saturday and into Sunday morning. But as we get in towards the later part of Sunday, that main front moves into the North Island, and look what's behind it. A lot of showers and windy westerlies. So we kick off next week like this. This is Monday, and that dark blue cold line is pushing into the North Island, taking perhaps a little bit longer than some of our other maps earlier this week were showing. So this is coming in, by the looks of it, into Monday morning. That's the main rain band for the North Island, or the upper North Island. Heavy rain around Mount Taranaki. I think there'll be a rain warning issued for that area. And you've got the big strong winds, gale force in exposed areas, and then a colder southerly comes in later on. So Tuesday across New Zealand, there's that dark blue line going up to about Auckland. So everyone's south of that feeling the cold as that sou'wester blows through. It won't be very wet along eastern areas. They're still drier than average for the next 7 days ahead, and you can see why. Because that west to southwest pattern continues. This is Wednesday next week. There's our next big high coming in, we think, for next Friday, a week from now, next weekend, a week from now. That's coming our way. But a lot of windy weather to go through between now and then. A lot of rain on the west coast and mainly dry around the eastern side of both islands. That is all from me. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you again on Monday.